You remember a sad time in your life? Think of that one thing that you remember recently, even maybe, sometime not too long ago that you had a sad time in your life. You know how much I like fishing. Well, when I get sad, I turn to the Word of God first. But fishing is also a way where I can get... Well, you're not going to reach and grab that hook, are you, brother? Well, no, and it's got a real hook in it, so don't be reaching for it. The disciples are really, really sad. Jesus had died, and even though he showed himself to them already a couple of times, they were still sad because they still weren't sure how they were going to be part of Jesus' disciples anymore, because remember what they did? They said they didn't know him. They ran away. They deserted him. They're not sure they have friendship with him any longer. Jesus. So they go out fishing. Just go to calm themselves. Are you guys going to forgive me if I do something a little bit sacrilegious? And maybe. Michael's my favorite critic here. Oh!
Pastor, stop abusing the doors.
Mike Kriegel said I'm fired already for some Bible lesson I wrote wrong, so might as well. You've had fishing poles before. You don't hit doors on the church. I should have let Dave do it. Dave wouldn't hit the door on the church. They get out there and they're fishing because they're sad and they need something to cheer them. I'm not going to do it again, sorry. And instead of getting calmed by their fishing, they don't catch a blooming fish, not one, all night long. And they hadn't slept much already over the last few days. They're just exhausted. Can you imagine yourself that exhausted? Trying to find some comfort, and you can't even get that. And then this person on the seashore says, "Hey, have you caught any fish, lads?" That's kind of the way the word reads. It says children in the gut. Michael, you're making me nervous. You're not going to grab that hook, are you? It says, "Lads, have you caught any fish?" No, nothing. All night long, and they're exhausted, and they're sad, and they're brokenhearted, and they're disappointed. All the words you can think of when you just want to go, I've had enough. Well, go see what you can do on the other side of the boat. Well, maybe he knows something we don't know. Maybe he can see something from the shore we can't see. Maybe he sees a school. You know how fish school up on the top of the surface of the water? Maybe he's seen it. Maybe something's going on. You know what? If the disciples hadn't tried the other side of the boat, what would have happened? They would have just gotten stuck right there in their muck and mire, that's the way we put it, in their sadness, in their disappointment. Instead, they get Jesus recognized on the shore, and they go running up there, rowing up there with all the fish, and he's got some comfort food for them, fish and bread, cooking. What a lot of comfort. Most of all, his embrace. Hey, we're friends. I'm your Lord. I love you. No, it's not all disaster and doom and gloom and sadness, because I rose from the dead. And I want you to rise from the dead with me right now. Let's continue this fellowship, but even deeper, because I've called you to complete life now. Pretty cool. Just pitch the net on the other side and see what happens. And what happened? They got a real taste of just what they needed, the deep comfort of Jesus' love. May God bless us when we're in sorrow, struggling with things that aren't so enjoyable for us. Just need some comfort. To see it in Him, how much He loves us. Catch a bunch of good stuff on the other side of the boat where He says to do it. Go take your seats, okay?